First of all, before we start the review, thank you so much for 50 subscribers. This means so much to me. 50 subscribers. Thank you so much. This is a huge milestone. Second, I was going to review Sonic the Hedgehog 3, but then I realized it's going to be on my best of the year list for sure. Like, there are a lot of movies that I love where I can at least see how hypothetically some movies can be better for those to be left off the list, but Sonic 3 is going to be on the list for sure. I don't see a possible reality where Sonic 3 isn't one of the top 5 best movies of 2024. So instead, I'm going to review Mufasa, the Lion King. The Lion King is one of the most expressive movies of all time. And while some people believe that art needs to be expanded to other mediums to show its story power, I don't know if when the cartooniness is one of the most memorable parts of the movie, it's a good idea to take it away just for the sake of realism. It makes the story more gritty, but The Lion King 2019 didn't really use its grittiness to add artistic flair. Rather, it was a soulless corporate retelling of the original. However, soon before Mufasa came out, it hit me. Sometimes studios will make the more corporate-friendly choice because there's no other way. Obviously, telling a prequel to The Lion King would be better in 2D animation, but Disney doesn't do 2D anymore. And instead of using this movie to make a great comeback to 2D, they would rather just say it's related to the remake and make it in the same art style, which is understandable. And hey, since Lion King 2019 is a shot-for-shot remake and could be viewed as the exact same canon as the original, just shown in a different art style, I can therefore view its prequel as a direct prequel to the original and completely ignore the existence of the 2019 movie. And yeah, as flawed as it was, I could just turn off my brain and view this as a prequel to the original. I mean, after all, it does reference the original Lion King continuity by giving Simba's daughter the same name she had in Lion King 2, which I watched in preparation for this movie. Plus, unlike the previous one, this movie takes advantage of the medium of live action with some absolutely gorgeous shots, beautiful environments, plus the characters actually emote on their faces. Like, what a concept. However, sometimes, as beautiful as it was too realistic to match the grand expression these characters should have. Sometimes I was sitting in my seat just thinking to myself, this is a good movie overall. But every good element, the strong script, the funny Timon and Pumbaa moments, and the interesting concept were kind of at war with the art style. Okay, but I have other problems with the actual movie that aren't just problems with the way it looks. The script isn't perfect either. Scar's origin story was very stupid. Oh boy, want to see how the greatest Disney villain of all time, in my opinion, became evil? It's because his brother started making out with his crush. Dude, are you serious? That was his villainous turn? The songs are fine. There are some extended sequences that are good in a vacuum, but are so out there that they kind of feel out of place. Like, the entire childhood Mufasa and Taka sequence was very fun and helped them bond, but it also kind of feels like wasted time. And then there's those extreme, weird scenes where Rafiki tells Kiara this story as a framing device, and we constantly see Timon and Pumbaa's reactions. It's kind of entertaining, but it also feels like it's from a completely different movie, and it messes with the pacing a bit. Though Timon and Pumbaa do have some very funny lines, that's all I'll say. And yeah, my biggest problem with this movie in general is that it feels way too long. Like, the climax was very fun and mostly satisfying, but at that point, I was kind of ready for the film to wrap up, and I feel like this would be less of an issue if they cut down some of the weird extended sequences. But yeah, overall, very good prequel to Lion King. I had a very good time with it, and I wouldn't mind watching it again at some point, which is not really something I can say about Lion King 2019. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. The best movie to come from the Disney umbrella this year.